Good morning, everyone. I have sad news to start this morning's press conference. A man in his 80s who was COVID positive passed away yesterday. He was a resident at the Calvary Hayden Aged Care Facility. So on behalf of the ACT Government, we send our condolences and love to his family and friends at this very difficult time. In a little over 12 hours, the ACT lockdown will end. This does not mean the end of COVID risk, though. And that's why the first step out of lockdown will be a gentle and measured step forward. Lockdown has not been easy, but it has kept our case numbers significantly lower than they would otherwise have been. Lockdown has allowed hundreds of thousands of Canberrans to get vaccinated, and it has saved tens of thousands of Canberrans from getting very sick. Since the lockdown commenced, there have been 1,359 recorded cases of the virus in the Territory. 119 people have been hospitalised. 24 have needed intensive care. And sadly, 7 people have lost their lives. Now, we've all had very different experiences during the lockdown. For the families who've experienced a loved one in hospital or intensive care, or who have lost someone to the virus, it's been scary, it's been shocking, and it's been devastating. Tomorrow is not the end of the pandemic. The virus will continue to spread in the community. Tomorrow is a step forward, though. A highly vaccinated Canberra will be a safer Canberra. And I can report that we are now at 98.8% of our eligible 12+ population with a first dose of a vaccine. And we are at 74.7% fully vaccinated. Now, these are not just nation-leading vaccination rates. We believe they are world-leading. But the evidence clearly shows that one dose of the vaccine isn't enough to fully protect you from the worst impacts of the virus. So the statistic that matters, and the one that we will be focusing on in the coming weeks, is the percentage of our population that is fully vaccinated. That's what we're focusing on, and that's the priority over the coming weeks. We want to see our world-leading first dose vaccination rate translate into a world-leading fully vaccinated rate. Now, for those who are yet to get vaccinated, you can go today and get your first dose. The AIS mass vaccination clinic run by the ACT Government has seen almost 300 walk-ins since Monday. So please take this opportunity. You don't need an appointment. Come forward and get vaccinated. And for those who are yet to make that decision, a rainy day is as good a day as any to reach out for advice in making that decision to get vaccinated. It's okay to have questions about the vaccines, and we are very aware that the decision to get vaccinated is a bigger decision for some than it is for others. Now, if you are part of the 98.8% of the population who have received a first dose of the vaccine, but you are yet to have your second dose, and you might be wavering on having a second dose, please take the time to reach out to a health professional to discuss the importance of completing your vaccination program. Being fully vaccinated is what matters from here. Now, from tomorrow, more businesses will start to reopen. Some people will start to go back to their workplace, and we can begin to return to the life in Canberra that we are used to, the life that makes this the most livable city in Australia. But with this increased activity and interaction between people, the risk of contracting the virus increases. And this is especially the case for the 90,000 eligible Canberrans who have only had one dose of the vaccine. And it is also important for the 70,000 children under 12 who are not yet eligible to be vaccinated. So please be careful. Keep wearing your mask, keep washing your hands, and please avoid unnecessary risks as we step out of lockdown into the next path, the next step in our recovery. If you have any symptoms, you still need to come forward for testing. This is so important. The earlier you are diagnosed, the better the treatments that are available to help you recover, and the less likely it is that you will infect others. So if we can do this, we can all do this together in exactly the same way as we've managed the lockdown and the last 18 months as a community. We can look forward to much better times in the weeks and months ahead. As this will be the last formal press conference during the lockdown, I want to take this opportunity for a shout out of my own to Dr. Karen Coleman and Dr. Vanessa Johnston, our Chief Health Officer and Deputy Chief Health Officer, who have provided advice to government, who have responded to so many different issues and challenges over the course of this lockdown and the pandemic in the last 18 months, and who have always put public health first. And I want to thank both Karen and Vanessa and their teams and everyone who has supported them for providing such outstanding advice to the ACT government, and particularly to myself and Minister Stephen Smith.